What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Day 6 of my Halloween horror movie review 31-day challenge. There we go. I got it right the first time. Every time I always get that mixed up. But yeah, we on day 6. And I'm not going to front. This movie, it's a crime that we never got more of this. But I watched Van Helsing on my day 6. Now, I remember when the movie first came out, and it seems like people feel the same about it now. When it came out, people was not fond of it. I have no idea why. I remember enjoying the heck out of it. I remember I had a friend that didn't like it and we was debating. I always would defend this movie. And I haven't seen it in a long time though. So seeing it again felt really good. It was like how I said with Evil Dead 2013. It felt like rewatching something for the first it felt like watching something for the first time. But yeah, shout out to everybody that was part of that project. Everybody I believe did a good job. Well, except Dracula's brides. They were a little annoying. I'll get to that in a second. But everything, dude, Hugh Jackman, Kate Beckinsale, two people who was running it back then. Like, she had Underworld. Like, if you know Underworld, I mean, come on now. Who doesn't know Underworld? Then you had Hugh Jackman, who was Logan and X-Men. You had them in one movie fighting vampires and all that. Monsters, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, using horror characters in a nice adventure mode. It was fun. And then I thought about it. This was around the time The Mummy was a thing. You know, The Mummy's a classic. Mummy 1 and 2. The other ones, Scorpion King, it was watchable. But it was 1 and 2 that really stuck out. And I thought about it, this movie came out around that time. So this was really the era of adventure, horror, fun action movies. And so anyway, the plot is very simple. Van Helsing is a monster hunter. He hunt Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, werewolf, vampires, etc. And he was given a mission to go to Transylvania to take out Dracula. Now, in the middle of that, he realized that there are some things in his past that he does not know of that was coming back to him while doing this mission. So he's now unraveling that while hunting down Dracula. And he has the help of Kate Beckinsale to do it. And that's pretty simple. Pretty simple, but done very well. I don't know much of the Van Helsing story like in the books. I remember as a kid there used to be book series. I don't know much of that. I only know this movie. And quite frankly, beginning to end, I was entertained. The acting is very well. One person that really stuck out to me was Dracula. Dracula and Frankenstein, but for real Dracula, like number one. The actor who played him, let me give him credit. Hold on, what's his name? Because he don't get enough credit. Richard Roxburgh, if I said that name right. If I did, I'm sorry. But I haven't seen him in many films, but he played Dracula in this one. And quite frankly, I think he has to be on the top of the, not the top, but on the Mount Rushmore for me of Dracula actors. Because he had a more theatrical, like theater version of Dracula, but it fits so well. Like he's very, if you've been to Broadway and stuff, he has more of that attitude with Dracula. You are the great Van Helsing. You know, like, but he does it so well to where it's not cringy. It works for this film. I loved his charisma, his haunting but very charming attitude mixed into one. He played a really good, not just bad guy, but well, not just Dracula, but a good bad guy. It worked so well. His writing was perfect. The way he was so theatrical with it, it did very well. I will say one fault of it. It is not Dracula's fault, but it's his brides. It's all three of them. They are very theater-like, but it's very cringy. Like Dracula and his brides give two different definitions. One shows what happens when you're theater-like, when you're acting like all extra, but you don't know how to do it right and make it fit with the movie. And then the actor who plays Dracula shows how to take it and make it work to where it's believable. Excuse me, wow, stuttered there, where it's believable. And it was just two different, it was like night and day. No offense to those actresses, but they were very cringy with trying to be all extra and how they was. They was being all like this, and it just didn't work. It was like, but then when Dracula was all extra, it fit perfectly. And so, with Dracula, it seemed like that's just how he is. With the ladies, it was like they was trying to be something they're not. You know what I'm saying? That's the best way I can put it. But yeah, Hugh Jackman played a great Van Helsing. Kate Beckinsale played great. The action was really good. The movie came out in 2004, so the CGI it didn't hold up as hard as well, but it was how should I put it? The CGI was not terrible, but you can tell it was in 2004. But for the most part, it was still entertaining. I still enjoyed myself. Like everything in movies, the CGI don't have to be perfect. You know, especially when it was 2004. Now, if that CGI was let's say if a Van Helsing movie was made now with that CGI, I can understand the backlash. But in 2004, I'd never forget. I thought it looked amazing. It's just we've been spoiled. We got the Transformers, Avatar, Avenger, all these other great CGI movies that it's like, okay, you see something back then. No, but it was still entertaining. And the battles, like the battle with the Wolfman and Dracula, was done very well. Yeah, this is a full, I think it was like 2.5 hours, 2 hours and something like that. And it was on Netflix. But yeah, I'm glad I put this on the list. This is more of the fun adventure horror type when it comes to the Halloween challenge I'm doing. Nothing jump scare, nothing like. It's not that kind of movie. It's not a bloody movie. It's rated PG-13. But the biggest crime when it comes to this movie is the fact that they never continued it. And I was curious. I was looking on Rotten Tomatoes, and like I said, I don't really do that, but I was curious. And Rotten Tomatoes critics gave it a 24%. It's like, bro, and then actually just viewers gave it 57. One critic said a hollow creature feature that suffers from CGI overload. I don't agree with that. It was enough. It didn't overdo it. And like I said, if you look at it at that time, it was like, wow, this is amazing. And I don't know. I disagree. This is underrated. Van Helsing is underrated. It was a crime that they did not continue with this series. Hugh Jackman played a great Van Helsing. I would have loved to see more of it. Obviously now, like, you know, I wouldn't care for it now. Like, it's 2004. What's that? That's 21. Goodness gracious, it was that long ago? 21 years ago? Oh my goodness. Sorry, when you actually when you do the math, you're like, dang. Wow. Okay. I was 14. I'm 34. Well, I'm about to be 35 this year. So, wow. Dang. that hit a little bit. Anyway, yeah, a must watch. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I'm glad I had it on this list. To be real, it wasn't on the list to watch right now, but I'm glad I did. Something told me I should go watch it, and I'm glad. This definitely belongs in, I ain't gonna say the Mount Rushmore. Well, maybe, hold up. In the adventure horror action kind of genre, like The Mummy and all that. I wouldn't say it's better than Mummy 1 and 2, but Van Helsing could be in the conversation to be like with them, in my opinion. If you've seen it already, see it again. And if you didn't see it, go check it out. And remember, have 2004 mindset when you watch it with the CGI stuff. CGI is not perfect by any means, but it's doable. There's a lot of movies back then that had, like, even The Mummy, for example. CGI was not great either, but it was still watchable. The chemistry between everybody, like I said, outside of Dracula's Bride, they were just annoying. But the reason I don't care much about them being annoying is because they wasn't in it a lot. So you're not going to see them a lot. It's only a few moments. But I enjoyed it. The battle sequences was good. You know, I loved it. I think one of the best CGI moments was the Wolfman. Wolfman versus Dracula. I love that battle. But yeah, definitely go check it out. All right. Day 6 out the way. See you at day 7. See you later.